Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Pajama Joe here. This is just going to be a brief discussion about how I started getting into fragrances and where it basically led me up to. And when I had first started getting into fragrances, I purchased this exact bottle. This exact bottle was my first fragrance purchase before I really got heavy into the fragrance game. And I, I had started doing a little bit of research about fragrances, and I come to find out that there was one fragrance in particular that people were saying was really popular. A lot of people liked, and basically a staple or a really important fragrances to people who are collectors and of of other categories. Um, when I had purchased this fragrance, and I had really discovered what really was out there, what some stores in my area had to offer to people who were interested in getting into the fragrance game. And when I had first smelled this, I had just gotten like a brief, very brief interest into what was what was out there. But after wearing this a couple of times, I said, I know I'm going to get hooked into the fragrance game. I just know it. And I did. I had slid very hard into the fragrance game, and I started doing a lot of research of what people were posting online and watching a lot of videos about fragrances. And this was one of the ones I had started out with was this one. after a couple of After a couple of months had went by after I had gotten into the same category as this, what was had started out with designer fragrances, and then I had started going to independent perfume shops looking at what they had were selling and stuff. And I don't remember how somebody had told me or I had found out. I think I was online and I had read that there was another category of fragrances out there that I really basically had jumped in with both feet and found out that it was called a niche category. And then when I had found that out, then I had really gotten deep in the research. I started researching um, perfumers' names, notes that make up fragrances or that are in fragrances. And then I started getting into ingredients that were being used to create fragrances. And just talking to people in general really got me into uh, this category. And then I started purchasing fragrances that were like this. When I had when I had started uh, getting into, I remember when I had started getting into fragrances of this same category. Um, me and my dad had went to a store um, when we were living in California, and we had walked in and we just wanted to smell everything that was in there. We were spraying our clothes with all kinds of different things, smelling fragrances and samples. And we said, yeah, we're probably going to be coming back here like once or more times, seeing what they got. And then we started really branching out into the whole area of what everybody was selling, what everybody had to offer. And then when I started buying fragrances like this, that's when we knew we were in it deep. That's when we knew that we were just going to basically be a couple of cats off the chain. around there. We walked in there and we said, this is where we shall play." And it was like a playground to a little kid to us because we didn't know anything about any of this stuff when we had started. But over the course of time, with all the research that I was doing and all the familiarity of what to expect when you were smelling specific bottles, then it started growing on us that we really started getting serious about this. And then we started traveling. And when we started traveling, researching fragrances and stuff, that's when it really got fun because a lot of places in the area that we were living at the time were carrying stuff that we weren't even really expecting to be as good as they were. It's not until we started meeting a lot of people that were working in the stores and talking to them and finding out different names of houses and different fragrances that the houses were carrying that we really started having a lot of fun because that's all it was to us was just we were having a blast in the fragrance game, you know. So when we had started, it was really not too backbreaking, and then it just sort of escalated from there, and then we started really working hard uh, in every aspect we could think of that involved fragrances. And I'm still open to any kind of next level expedition that the fragrance game is going to offer me because I really enjoy I really enjoy um the joy I got from being a part of this subject. So that's all the time I'm going to be talking about fragrances today. Um, I hope you enjoy my video. Have a nice day.